Hi everyone. In today's episode, we're going to talk about some of the fundamental forces in nature. That is not the Force in Star Wars that Darth Vader used, as cool as that would be. But these are some pretty cool forces, and they kind of govern how we live our lives. So after today, you're going to be able to describe exactly what a force is, and also define the four fundamental forces and some of their different properties. So first of all, what is a force? So a force is a push or a pull. It basically causes an object to change its motion or its shape. And the other important thing to remember is a vector quantity. Vectors have direction, so all these forces are going to have a direction to them. So we have Mr. Sir Isaac Newton to thank for a lot of different concepts in this unit. And because of that, the unit for force is newtons, capital N. And if you were to write down a newton and its base units, a newton is equal to 1 kilogram times meters per second squared. I think that'll become much more obvious when we talk about Newton's laws. But for now, you can just remember a newton is 1 kilogram per meters per second squared. Okay, so to summarize, we have forces measured in newtons, and 1 newton equals 1 kilogram meters per second squared. This little dot just means multiplied by. So like I said at the beginning of the video, there are four fundamental forces that we're going to talk about today, and they are gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. So starting with gravity, so this is what contributes to our weight, holds us to the earth. The important thing about this force is it is attraction only. Gravity pulls an object to another object. It acts between all forces in the universe. Relative to the other three, it's a weak force, but it's a very long range force. You can think about the sun having its gravitational effect on Earth. Things are very far away, and it's affected by mass. So right now I'm in front of my laptop. I have a gravitational pull on my laptop, and the laptop has a gravitational pull on me, but neither of us are moving due to it because it is a weak force. Okay, electromagnetic force. So this is caused by charges. So if you want to think of magnets, that's a good way to go. So it's a push and a pull force. If there are common charges, so like repels like, and then a negative would be attracted to a positive. This is a strong force, and it also can be a very long range force. So the strong nuclear force, we're going to think about chemistry for a second. So the strong nuclear force, it's what holds protons and neutrons together in the nucleus of an atom. If we go back and think of the electromagnetic force, protons repel each other, but the strong nuclear force holds those protons together in a very small space of an atom. It's the strongest force, but it's very, very short range. It only really works within the confines of the atom itself. Lastly, the weak nuclear force. So this force is responsible for radioactive decay. It's a strong force, again, like the strong nuclear force, but very short range. If you want to think of all the other parts of an atom, so you have electrons. So the electrons, their attraction to each other, or like their interaction with each other, is due to the weak nuclear force. If we were to list these forces from weakest to strongest, gravity is the weakest, then the weak nuclear force, then the electromagnetic force, and then the strong nuclear force. And that is if they were all at the same distance. Obviously, if we look at the sun and the earth, gravity is very strong between those two because gravity acts over long distances, whereas there's not going to be a strong nuclear force between the sun and the earth because it's only a very short distances between those base atomic particles. And that does it for the four fundamental forces. Please leave this video a like If you liked it, leave comments on how I can improve. This is the start of our video episodes on Physics 20, and I'm always looking to get better. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day.